is to the media, to your twisted, immoral society, and your communist government. We hate you all, and we are ready for war. We will always speak up and expose the corruption, the authoritarianism, the tyranny, and the hate.
Truth dispels lies, as light dispels darkness.
From an undisclosed location, deep in an occupied zone, you are listening to Covert Radio.
Hello, this is Covert Radio, and this is fearlessly unapologetic talk radio. We got an army you can see and an army you don't know nothing about. And I thank the people that are subscribed to Covert Radio and listening, because you'll get nothing but the truth from me. And again, in this video here, I'll be doing the job of the, what could we call them? The Schriftleitengets, you know what I mean? That's what Joseph Goebbels called the Medea. Well, really, that's German for the editor's law. Goebbels said one time, and Goebbels, in case you don't live on the moon, I guess, was the minister of propaganda for the Nazi party. And Joseph Goebbels was one of Hitler's right-hand man, and he is, in later years, is looked upon as pivotal for the rise of the Nazi party and the rise of Hitler, and the swaying of the propaganda of the German people to go along with everything that they did. I mean, there's zero doubt that we today, the communists of today, are absolutely still employing the techniques of the Ministry of Propaganda that was initiated by Joseph Goebbels and the Nazi Party. And also, too, I mean, you might as well include Stalin and Pravda, which Pravda, I mean, see, and again, I don't know if you guys either, listen, we have such important things to get to. This isn't going to be long, but you have to, this is why I talk about history, specifically the Soviet Union and the Nazis. This is going to happen again. It really never stopped. It kind of only went dormant until another group of people came into power. And these are people you supposedly can't talk about. Covert Radio does. You know who I'm talking about. I call them the controllers. There's a vendetta. There's a war that's thousands of years long between two factions of people. The Aryans being one of them. I'm not going to get into all that, but if you don't understand the history of what's happening again, see, it's almost like having a cheat sheet. All the media, and I'm just talking about the Soviet Union, throughout the history was controlled by the state. The television, the radio, I mean, any broadcasting, the newspapers, magazines, any books that were published was all controlled by the state. It was state-owned, which basically meant every employee was state media employees. And, it's just like Immortal Technique said in one of his songs years ago. He said there's a retirement plan for ex-military. They get to go to places like CNN and Fox and NBC, CBS, and they become, quotations, experts. And that's, that's their cushy job. I mean, all these people weave in and out of the media, from government positions into the media, from out of media into government positions. And only the illusion of the separation is real. It's just an illusion that the media is not controlled by the government. It's happening again. CNN is Pravda. Fox News is Pravda. Twitter, Facebook, it's all ran by the Ministry of Propaganda. It may not be called that today, but that's what it is. That's what it is. And you have to understand something. When the Soviet Communist Party, all the 100 years or whatever longer, I guess, I would say about 100 years, when they became the USSR and they became, one of the biggest powerhouses still even on the planet, Pravda lasted, Pravda was their main source. It was their political newspaper. It was basically the playbook, the guidebook for all official policy, all the official news and everything like that, policy changes and stuff. That was until 1991. Do you understand what I just said? Pravda existed until 1991. Mr. Gorbachev, tear down that wall. You got to understand, like, the Soviet Union ending was not that long ago. And when you have generations on top of generations of an ideology, do you think it just changes overnight in one generation? It doesn't. Just like the black hate of white people. And listen to me, I'm done with the lies. I'm done with the illusion. If you don't think that I personally understand over, I'd say the number's 80%, if not higher, 85 to 90% of all black people have some lineage in their family that's alive today that rants and raves about white people. You're not going to tell me the lie that black people cannot be racist. And the media is not going to continue the lies about black people or whatever they are. And we're going to, again, because I'm talking as the monolith. That's not how I treat people. However, online, we're talking a monolith because I am dealing with people on a monolithic level. At least the ones that have something to say, right? It's always been, we don't, my people, as, black men, black women. It's never, hey, Covert Radio, hey, Covert Radio, me, hey, Covert Radio, my opinion. It's never been that. It's always been as a black person. You know what I mean? So I'm talking in the monolith sense. That is not my real life. That is not my real day-to-day belly-to-belly interactions with my family and my loved ones and my friends at all. Because I perfectly understand when you get somebody alone in a room or in a car ride, it's a completely different story. All of the rhetoric melts away, absolutely melts away. I'm not, however, going to allow, without me saying something about it, I'm not going to allow the perpetuation of this one-sided racist rhetoric that is demonizing the white race, specifically the white Americans. I'm not going to allow it to just happen blindly without saying something about it. Just like George Floyd, the saint in the white carriage. But you look 2 seconds into his history, I mean, what kind of saint are we talking about? But it's all been snowballing. It's all been accumulation. It's walking up, or I should say down, a flight of steps. Because we continuously walk down and down and down and down the steps. But at the end of the day, the media, the communist media, the Schriftlatage, right? Schriftlatage. That's what, that was the German word. I can't speak German that well, but Schriftenlage. I don't know. I have Arnold Schwarzenegger say it. It would sound awesome. Those are the journalists. That was under Goebbels. The journalists changed in one day under editor's law, is what he called it. The editor's law was like Schriftlatengakengitz or something like that. Schriftlatenga was the journalist, and in one day, one swift signature, the journalist in Nazi Germany had to register under a professional list. They had to all be accounted for. And they also had to have an Aryan certificate, which is proof of Aryan descent. So you could not be a reporter or a journalist in Nazi Germany unless you were a proven Aryan. Now, in America today, you may want to say, how many Republicans or conservative Christians do you think are involved with the media? You see what's happening? You see what's happening? This is amazing to me. We're going to talk about 2 or 3 different things. I just want to bring up the latest news to you guys. These are things I've talked about. Here's the mom of the 6-year-old who shot the teacher in Newport News. I've done a couple videos about it. Here she is. This is the mother. She pled guilty to federal charges. This was yesterday. The mother of the 6-year-old Newport News boy who police say shot... It's not what police say. You see, again, I read this in a very critical means. Words mean everything. It's not who police say. It's not who police say. It's what happened. According to the victim who luckily survived and 30 other witnesses. It's not what police say. We're already off to a bad start. I could apologize. Take a break here. Take a couple deep breaths. Okay. Just calm down. We're going to get through the news. It's not who the police say. And I want to see, this makes me want to look up this journalist because, again, you see what's happening? This is not a conservative Christian. You know what I mean? This is the equivalent of an Aryan reporting the news in Nazi Germany. It's one vision of conformity, one vision of propaganda. That's what it is. And that's where we're at today. Again, who police say shot his teacher at Richneck Elementary School in January. She is now facing federal gun and drug charges. According to WAVY, court documents say, now you notice, none of this was on the news that I'm aware of. But I have a list of things I continuously look for updates on. And I was very surprised when I came across this. Court documents say 25-year-old Deja Taylor faces federal charges of unlawful use of a controlled substance in possessing a firearm and making a false statement while purchasing a gun. The documents state she was an unlawful user of marijuana. Her attorney says she plans to plead guilty to the charges. A grand jury indicted Taylor in April on charges of felony child neglect and misdemeanor of recklessly leaving a loaded firearm that could endanger a child. And you could scrub that and add reality to this that luckily did not kill an innocent woman. Only by the grace of God or luck that teacher is not dead. The court filing states that on or about July 19th, 2022, Taylor knew she was an unlawful user of a controlled substance and possessed a Taurus model PT-111 G2A 9mm semi-automatic handgun. The documents also state that she knowingly made a false and fictitious written statement to Winfrey Firearms that she was not an unlawful user of marijuana, when in fact, she knew that she was an unlawful user of marijuana. In January, her first grader got a hold of that gun and shot his teacher, Abby Werner. Taylor was already indicted on felony child neglect and misdemeanor charges of endangering a child. At this time, we do not know if she has been taken back into custody. So she already had felony charges on her for child neglect and misdemeanor charges of endangering a child. How a little 6-year-old boy, even though she lied through her teeth talking about, it was locked up, it was on top, get the out of here. And I said this years ago, and if you could find it on my channel, I'll give you $10. I said many years ago, 6 or 7 years ago, they're going to disarm people when I said this whole thing with legalizing weed, that's how they're going to disarm people. That's one of the ways. That's almost a voluntary way. And now they've made this weed so strong, it's basically almost narcotic level. So try getting off of that so you can have a handgun. And I don't care what states say or whatever, at the federal level, there's always, when they want to come kick your door in, they're going to. Because they're going to have 1,000 reasons already on the books that they can. And that's always going to be one of them from here on out. So I just wanted to bring you up to speed on this. What this video is actually about is this right here. This was a few hours ago. 2 dead, 5 injured in a shooting in Monroe Park after a graduation. Suspect in custody. Now, we're going to go through this, and this is to the racist who for years has hounded me about school shootings and how it's only a white problem. But yet you don't see there's 50, 60 people, kids, black kids, being killed every day in Chicago, being killed in Atlanta, being killed in New York, on and on and on and on and on and on and on. You don't see none of that. And now a lot of the school shootings have been black kids, little kids, and really from ages all the way through 19, 20 years old, still in high school. I'm going to show you the racism inside of the communist media. And again, this is my job. This is where I'm going to show you that this is an all-black school primarily, if not wholly. And every person in this is either a young black male or an innocent black bystander, child or adult that has been killed or hurt or maimed. But put any of that together through this article. And I want you to also imagine if this was a white kid, first of all, no matter what his age is, his picture would be right here. You see this? It wouldn't be this. It wouldn't be any of this stuff. It would be the white kid and probably his parents, his grandparents, his family tree, the family farm, where his dad works. Like everything would be on this screen, one shot, 1 second. And there's no mention of any race at all. And I've said this for about a year or two now. That is a dog whistle. The second you read an article and it does not say white male, then you know for a fact that it's a black person. You know that. It's a dog whistle. Communist media will not identify black crime. They won't. I will. A Huguenot High School graduate and their father were killed, and 5 others were injured in a shooting outside the Altera Theater after a graduation ceremony. Richmond police said in a press conference around 5:15 p.m., officers were inside of the theater running security. Now, you know it's bad when armed police have to run your security for a graduation. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Maybe they do that at white schools too. Oh, I don't know. Is that racist? The police, who's paying for this? Who's paying for police, armed police, to sit in a theater for a fucking high school graduation? Who's paying for that? Oh, okay. So Alteria Theater running security when they reported hearing gunshots outside. Officers on traffic detail found multiple victims. So you had to have cops outside. You had to have cops inside of the theater. That's normal. Acting Police Chief Rick Edwards says a total of 7 people were shot. An 18-year-old graduate and his 36-year-old father died as a result of their injuries. No names, even though they're all adults. No names, no nothing. A 31-year-old is suffering from life-threatening injuries. No name, no indication of race or anything like that. Edwards also confirmed 4 other males, age 14, 42, 55, and 58, were injured but are expected to be okay. 6 other people sustained injuries that were unrelated to gunfire. 3 people reported needing to be transported to the hospital for anxiety attacks, and 2 were injured from falls, and a 9-year-old was hit by a car as they were running away from the gunshots. The area, that's what it says. The child is also expected to be okay. Okay, here's the good part. Police have a 19-year-old man in custody that they believe was involved in the shooting. No name, no nothing. He's 19 years. You're not protecting his identity because he's a kid. He's 19 years old. He is expected to be charged with 2 counts of second-degree murder with more potential charges. Commonwealth's attorney Colette McEachin confirmed with NBC 12 the suspect is set to be arraigned Wednesday morning. Police also think the suspect knew at least one of the victims. Richmond Public Schools confirmed the shooting happened outside the theater after Huguenot High School's graduation ceremony and occurred in Monroe Park adjacent to the theater. The district says they have canceled all high school graduation ceremonies this week. RPS says it will share further updates soon about rescheduling commencement ceremonies. All RPS schools will be closed tomorrow, June 7th, out of an abundance of caution. Oh, because what was this, a gang hit? Was this a gang hit? Now we're going to have all the 11-year-olds come strapped? What, are they going to walk on the bus 11 years old to try to take out an execution that was set off by a 10-year-old girl? And then hide him. They hit him. Baby K or K-Baby or whatever his name is was on the run. A 15-year-old for a fucking month? Everyone, yeah, because 15-year-olds have all the resources to hit all the hideouts, right? Every adult should be held accountable. Every one of them. You're harboring a wanted fugitive. Nah, cuh, we don't snitch, cuh. Nah, that's why supremacy. We don't snitch, cuh. That's the police come here, we don't snitch at all, cuh. That's why supremacy. Come here, baby K. We hire you. You go with your auntie. Your auntie May says she take you for a week or two. Yeah. Oh, it's white supremacy. That's what fucking everything up, right? Yeah. So let's see here. Nothing about race, nothing about anything. And Covert Radio says, geez, this doesn't make sense. Because if this was a white kid, it would be everywhere. His name would be everywhere, right? Because really, this is what this is what Google looks like. Here's all the articles 3 hours ago, 3 hours ago, 2 hours ago, 3 hours ago, 4 hours ago. 2 dead in a shooting after Virginia high school graduation ceremony. 2 dead, 5 injured. 2 people killed in shooting that injured several outside high school. 2 killed, 2 killed, 5 in shooting. 2 dead in shooting, high school, blah, 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 blah. Huguenot High School, here's all the information about that. Police line, do not cross. I don't see anything about a suspect. They have a white guy here. Is that a cop? Maybe. There's another white guy. Well, geez, this must be Richmond. Yeah, maybe that's, yeah. Oh, you know what? No. Covert Radio says no. We're going to look into this. So, Huguenot High School, let's see here. Oh, there we go. Well, look at that. Can you guys see that? There's the Huguenot High School cheerleaders. Let's get a bigger picture of that. Let's see here. I should have one. No. It's okay. Let's see. Yeah, there's some of them. There's the cheerleaders. That's from a different picture. There's the girls' basketball. What does this mean? Is this a gang sign? What is this? Why are you allowed to do this? Why? How come you get to hold the shh? What does that mean? Is that a gang sign? What does that mean? You're the Falcons. What does that sign have to do with anything about? Can't none of you smile? Is that white supremacy to smile? You can't smile in your basketball varsity picture here? This is Huguenot Falcons right here. Here's the cheerleaders. Let's look at the picture. Let's see here. Yeah, let's see. We're going to actually do this. We're going to open this up right here. I just want to make sure my eyes aren't deceiving me. You guys can see that too. Yeah, let's see here. Black. She's black. She's black. Some black, but black, and black. Okay. African American, however you want to say it. Because if they were white, it would be white, right? Or would it be European American, Irish American, Italian American, Slovenian American, Polish American, British American, whatever, Australian American. See, this is how they do black people. And you have the idiots like Tariq Nasheed and Umar Johnson paid to reinforce the monolith separation because they're terrified of black people identifying as actual people alone, that you can make your actual own decisions. They're terrified of that. So you have to always be on call, but just a little while longer because they're replacing you with a bunch of other people who are coming in. They don't give a shit what's going to happen to the black Americans in about another, 10 months, 12 months? Is that about right? Because I'm going to show you something that's going to blow your mind here in a minute. But let's just go through Huguenot, okay? All black. Here's a flyer, the VHSL State Semifinals, Huguenot. There's the Falcon, number 1, March 6, 2018. Let's see here. Now, I want to see all the white shooters. Where's the white kid that shot the school up? I'm looking for him. Let's see here. Oh, wait. Oh, no, that's a coach. Okay, so black. That's a black. There she is. Black. And no, there's not a single white student in this picture. Yeah, Arthur Ashe Center. No, yeah. Here's another. This is just student body picture, one of the games. Now, which one of these crazy white kid, loner, psychopath, white supremacist shot this school up? Let me see here. Let's see here. Was it you? No, you're black. I see you. Wait, no, you're black. Oh, it was. Yeah. Somebody. Yeah. Wait, I'm getting a report in my ear. Oh, okay. Yes, thank you, Jen. My producer, Jen, said covert. It's possible that it was a foreign exchange, an Australian foreign exchange student. Oh, it could have been, Jen. It could have been. Black. Beautiful girls. Black. But no, I don't see the crazy white shooter. I don't see them. This is, I almost said something. Oh, I wish I could tell you guys so much. But it had to do with Mac Miller. But I can't tell you. But yeah, R.I.P. Mac. Let's see. Here's another student body picture. This is the class of 2026. And yeah, there's not a single crazy white shooter there. Oh, there's the cheerleaders. Yeah, nothing. So yeah. And then here's Politico. 2 dead in a shooting after Virginia High School graduation ceremony. Causing attendees to flee in panic, weep, and clutch their children, authorities and witnesses report. A 19-year-old suspect tried to flee but was arrested and will be charged with 2 counts of second-degree murder. Just, again, every one of these articles that I read have refused to identify one person. Edwards said the 2 who died were both male, ages 18 and 36. Their names were not released, but police believe the suspect, who was not immediately identified and still hasn't been identified as of 3 a.m., he knew at least one of the victims. Police recovered multiple handguns. That's interesting. Police also had 2 other suspects, but they were later determined not to be involved. So, yeah. So that's that. And I just wanted to bring you up to speed there. Here's something else. I'm not going to get into this here because this is a video in itself. But this just is... I just wanted to prove to you that what I said in my last video about police and these low IQ, dumb, idiot dolt cops who have been shoved into lockers their whole life, or the women who hate daddy, or daddy was a drunk, or their ex-husband cheated on them, or whatever the case is, 90% of them hate men. I said the biggest draw for police is the authority that they're handed overnight. And the narcotic level trip ego spike of becoming a person who can hold your life in the palm of their hand at just flicking a switch in a patrol car and lighting you up. Never earned any respect or any level of authority in their life. But they go to be a cop for fucking 2 months and then they can hold your life in the palm of their hand, right? I said one of the biggest pulls for police are men and women who have Napoleon syndrome. What do you think this guy, these 2 guys, this black and this white guy standing here, do you think they're giants? No, they're not giants. These are probably average sized guys, 6 foot, maybe 5'11", 5'12", whatever, 6 foot, 6'1", maybe. And we represent the lollipop kid, the lollipop. Look at him. What'd you say? This fat slob here. Take the badge off, you fat slob. Take it off. See how tough you are. It just sounds like he talks like this. Look at these two. What do you, like? Oh, you got your shades on at the gay pride rally. This guy here who's a Christian. Here, we'll just watch one part of this. I just want to show you what happened. Look at this pig here. Watch.
Public property. You. God is not. That's all. God, this will be public.
And there he goes. And Damon finds himself in cuffs. So I wanted to talk to Damon here.
Look at these. He's standing on a public street at a across the street while the heathens celebrate whatever they are, and the police are staying there all proud watching it because they work for the communist. The guy mentions, it's my right to stand here. This lunatic dummy who doesn't even know the law jumps into action. I'm going to do a separate video about this, and this is another call to action. Or are you just going to sit there and swipe the next video? If you are, please leave, because listen to me. If you don't understand what's happening day by day, you don't belong here. Just like this. This is mind-blowing to me. This is, again, the New York Post. This is today, yesterday. New York City's drug-themed vending machine was cleaned out of crack pipes overnight, and they've been suggested to restock. Let's see if they show a picture of this here. Let's see. Yeah, let's see here. Come on.
If we are intending, as this city and this health department does, to do everything we can to reverse those trends, it's going to require more tools like this. Really bringing tools to the streets, to people's lives in an accessible and easy way. We have new xylazine test strips that, similar to the fentanyl test strips, are looking to allow people who use drugs to identify whether there is tranq in whatever they're using. And so we're looking to...
Yeah, to reverse the trend, we're giving you the tools to make sure you're using the purest dope you can. To reverse the crack epidemic, we're giving you free crack pipes. It's a kit. It's a kit. Inside of the kit is a clean pipe. You get screens, you get a poker, there's what do they call it? Narcan. This is all in a vending machine for free. The addicts and the junkies wiped it out in one day, and now they're telling them you need to restock it. Here it is, empty. One day, not even 24 hours. I think I'm going to do a video specifically about this too. Oh, did you have to pay for some stuff? No, she's in there getting her free stuff. It's people can't believe it. They're taking pictures of it because you have a lunatic communist telling you, so we can start reversing the trend. We're going to give you free stuff to make sure you're doing the best dope possible. Yeah, it's upside down world. And this is what's coming to a city near you.
It is my vision to take the next step to this, go to the faith-based locales, and then move to private residents. There are residents who are suffering right now because of economic challenges. They have spare rooms, they have locales, and if we can find a way to get over the 30-day rule and other rules that government has in its place, we can take that $4.2 billion, 4.3 it may be now, that we potentially would have to spend, and we can put it back in the pockets of everyday New Yorkers.
Look at the diversity of this racist mayor, because he black. That's why I vote he black. Listen to me, and this is mainly for the white people and the smart black people listening to me. you better pay attention. And I, again, been saying this for years, but you really better look now because they're actually now legally, they've made laws in South Africa that is putting white people off of their family farms and handing it over to black people, just simply based on melanin, just on race. They're taking white people out of administrative jobs right now today, and they're putting in any basic black person that wants it. It's affirmative action on crack. And they're also removing white people from homes, their family homes, and they're handing the keys over to black residents who have no investment at all, no nothing into this home, or the 50, 100 years that it's been in a family. It's now legally is what I'm saying. That's the key word, legally. They've see, like, that's what I've been saying about what's happening, and I have not yet had time to get to this video. You know what? Because then I'll go off on this, and I didn't want to make this video long because it is its own video. But look at the diversity here. This is the New York mayor who's telling you, and we're going to continue to take immigrants, and we're going to put them up in the churches or wherever we can. And then once they're filled, which right now, there are hotels in New York City that are owned by China, communist Chinese businessmen, that somehow worked out a deal with the communist government in New York, the real power structure, to go ahead and lease out every hotel room in this China, this Chinese communist business owner. Every hotel room in his building has been leased by the New York City government for $400 a day per room. And it's nothing but illegal immigrants inside of this hotel. And there's no Americans benefiting at all from this, because the people who are cleaning it and the staff and everybody in there in the kitchen are probably illegal immigrants. This is a warning. You better wake the fuck up of what's coming. Because it's not on your street yet. See, let me tell you why maybe I feel I seem so I don't know, what's the word? I seem a little more intense than you are, because I was like you up until about a year ago, 10 months ago. Because it was just at a distance. The immigration problem, that was down south. That was the southern border. Those were the border states. Not anymore. It's all around me. It's all around me. And there are no jobs. And the only jobs that are available are basically minimum wage. So not only are these people coming here and being used, they're living in squalor. And I don't know who's benefiting from this. I mean, I know, but I'm not getting into it here. But the mayor just said here, well, once we run out of our places to put people, we're going to start putting them in your house. Do you understand what I just said? They're going to start a program that you can adopt basically an immigrant. You can house an immigrant. It'd be like foster parenting. You'd be a foster parent for a 30-year-old Venezuelan man. You're a foster parent. And you're going to watch him go to work every day somewhere and get paid under the table doing something. And then one day he's just going to disappear. How do you think MS-13 started? Why do you think MS-13 started? You better wake up. You know, it's just like all this crime out in San Francisco and Portland and really everywhere. I'm talking the retail crime. Have not you figured it out yet? Do you not understand yet what's happened? All these Walmarts that shut down in Chicago, you don't think it's by design that they've allowed these people to basically, they could put police there and try to stop it. They don't want to. They don't want to because they're going to need those Walmarts for open air prisons. And they're going to need them to house migrants. They're going to need them to house illegal immigrants. You understand yet? And all the other businesses that are trying to hang on have now become on their targets for organized street gangs. Oh, but the communist media calls it wilding out. Oh, another night of the young. Oh, these kids are, it's just summertime. You know, childhood angst. Oh, you teenagers. They're fucking robbing stores at gunpoint and causing millions of dollars worth of damage every week. These are organized hits. But see, what you don't want to, for some reason, I guess you don't want to put this together. It's all leading to cashless, digital system of control, a grid. That's another video I have that I don't have fucking time to do. Did you see the Walgreens now that's fully automated? That your items, it's all locked behind these like big container glass things and a robotic arm comes. You put your order in, you want razor blades? Boop, boop, boop. The arm slides down this track, bends down, picks it up, brings it over, drops it in a slot, and you grab it. There's like one shelf of things you can actually pick up. What do you think? They designed this in 1 week? Just like $15 for McDonald's, minimum wage or whatever. Oh, we can't afford it, so we had to put robots in. You shouldn't ask for more money. What do you think? This is just going to happen in 1 week? They have full restaurants that are fully automated in test markets right now. Robots making hamburgers and fries on conveyor systems. Why do you think all the big kiosks are in front of the McDonald's now? And the touchless systems, all boop, 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 all COVID can, boop, 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 boop. Oh, we got to use our phone. It's all training. It's slave training. Wake up. I'm Covert Radio. This is Fearlessly Unapologetic Talk Radio. Become a Patreon. Allow me to do this more. You guys take care. Have a good day.
This is to the media, to your twisted, immoral society, and your communist government. We hate you all, and we are ready for war. We will always speak up and expose the corruption, the authoritarianism, the tyranny, and the hate.
Truth dispels lies as light dispels darkness.
From an undisclosed location, deep in an occupied zone, you are listening to Covert Radio.